Well, we're back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and it's Soy Day. I think it's time to do a little crafting. We can see that we have her right here, 21,786 power. This comes from her being level 100. I figured she's a tactics character. She seems really good. Why not just make her level 100? We get a ton of materials, and without really needing to bump a bunch of other characters up to level 100, probably my next one will be Gin. It just makes no sense not to just, you know, throw her the level 100 immediately. We had the resources. Next, we got our weapon. Level 100 again. We have every skill raised completely. And no boundaries right now. We did not get her core stamp immediately. We're at a 40% chance to pity it. So, you know, we're going to need to wait probably a day or two or something like that to actually get her core stamp online. That just is what it is. But we're using the one that raises all damage dealt for 25 seconds after using a battlefield skill. I figured why not. I think another good example of one could probably be this one, which is battlefield skill triggers one additional type, or an ultimate released one could be good as well. But I'm just going with the stats one. So that's my rationale there. I'm just going with stats. So there's that. We're going to get into some crafting though. So we have a ton. So you can see my money low. We have a ton of crafting materials, and we've got enough stamp nexus to raise her once. I don't know what this is. First character passive skill upgrades usable by any character. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's a limited time event thing. That's neat. Yeah, we have a ton of crafting materials. We're gonna craft her own set. Seems like the best one. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's right here. We're just gonna go from this point right here. If you don't remember what it does, it gives her base attack, which is great because she's trying to do a big ultimate. And then after each battlefield skill is released, increase strike damage by 30% and ailment mastery by 15% for 20 seconds. Seems good to me. These effects are not stackable. Some things to look out for. Piece 1, strike damage, attack damage, of course. Attack percent damage, of course. Piece 2, and we're actually going to need to go to her kit for this. So I pulled her without actually spending Jade. Which was crazy. I just pulled her on tickets, so got very lucky. If you want to see the pull video, go to the previous video. I'll probably link it at the end of this one. And which meant that I really just pitied her weapon stamp. We should be expecting about 8,000 Jade, which means I'll probably end up just pulling for one dupe. The reason one dupe is because with one boundary, you get an extra 15% crit rate, and you also get and ultimate energy increase and reduction, which is extremely important on this character. She doesn't seem to be a character that takes a lot of time on field. From the very, very little I played of her, she seems like unreliant on field time at all. I literally predicted this. I said Yoruichi takes a lot of time on field. Grimjaw will probably take a lot of time on field, which means that Soifon will probably be the one tactics character that we've actually gotten that does not take time on field, and as far as limited goes, because Nalel and Aizen are both fighting for your time on field, which means their DPSs need to run off the field. This is great because it means that we're getting characters that actually want to use that time, like Yoruichi, like Grimjaw, right? If Bankai Ichigo had a Soifon, he'd feel much better because he wants to be on field. But yeah, we're not testing her by any of these, so I think dupe 1 feels the most reasonable, especially because I did grab her pretty early. I clicked the wrong thing. So we're gonna go back here, and yeah, we're gonna go, I think we'll go ultimate charge just really quickly. This will be the last thing before we actually get into crafting. I'm so sorry. Are people using like ult charge, ailment damage here, attack here? That one's not a very good piece, it looks like. That one doesn't look like a very good piece either. Attack percent there, ult charge here. Ult charge here seems like the best one. I could be wrong. We'll probably just take whatever looks the best, but I will say that I'm eyeing ultimate charge as my third piece. Ailment damage, ailment damage, ailment damage. Okay. Yeah, I'm like I said, it doesn't look too bad. I'm eyeing ult charge. I'm eyeing ult charge. I'll just say that. So let's get to crafting. And here she is, and we're gonna go 50% off and rip it. So we should be able to do this quite a few times. I'll be going over what I find good, what I find bad. You can see we got a ton here. My god. So No, no, no. We got quite a bit of trash here. Strike, attack percent, crit damage, ailment. Nah. I mean, we could save it because it's just something. It's something to use if we don't end up getting anything. I mean, we should get something, though, I will say that. We got a lot of materials to go through here. I'm just quickly looking for attack percent, strike damage. No. Attack percent, crit rate, a flat attack. I kind of don't like it. I don't like it. I know I saved one. I don't want to save two of those, though. Attack percent, ailment bonus, crit rate, ult charge. We're going to save that just in case we don't get anything else. If we get nothing else, that one's not too bad. That one might actually be our best one so far. Spirit, thrust, defense. Pretty trashy. Okay, looks like we're moving on to our second pieces. So here we're looking for, I mean, crit damage or crit rate, I think. Right? Crit damage or crit rate. Attack percent. No, I don't think so. Attack percent. The attack percent needs to have 4 good subsets. I'll say that. So if we do attack percent, I want 4 good subsets. I don't want any defense or HP on them. No, I don't want any defense or HP on them. Crit damage, ailment. I don't think so. Crit rate. Crit damage. Yeah, nothing too good so far. I really don't want to settle on piece 2. Piece 2 is always kind of the one where it feels the worst to settle on. I'll say that. Crit rate, flat attack though. No. Wait, what was that one look like? No. Yeah, our 2's not really coming through. Attack percent, ailment percent. Ooh, I like that one. Crit damage, crit rate, ult charge, crit damage. Looks good. Okay. I mean, we've got a ton of these to do, so well, we will be going through quite a bit of pieces here. Ailment damage. Oh, so we're on to piece 3. Ailment damage does look good. It looks like people are running ailment, so maybe. I think this will probably be the easiest piece because I think you can run ult charge, attack percent, or ailment damage, and I think all of them are pretty valuable. No. Oh, this one would have been nice. If we would have snuck out and ult charge and then make just like a crit damage on either of those would have been nice, right? Yeah. Attack percent, no. Attack percent, ult charge, crit rate, ailment. I'll grab it. Ult charge. Ooh, yes sir. Put that one in the reserve, man. Ult charge, crit rate. Oh, two lame subsets though. Not good enough. Not good enough. We'll just keep going through. We got quite a bit of materials, like I said, so we can really chug through these. Ult charge, crit, no. I'm being really picky because we do just have so many. Also, we have the stamp reroll machine, so we can afford to be pretty picky. Ailment, crit damage. I mean, that's good, but I don't think so. Wait, what was that? Crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. No. All right, so that's our first batch. We'll go again. Let's see. Let me just. So we got a bunch done there. Let us go to, wait, we go use and then stamp conversion. Okay. So let me just pop a bunch in here. And here's round 1. So no. Attack percent, crit damage, ult charge. Not quite. Not quite what we're looking at. I mean, we don't want perfect gear, by the way, either. We're not going for like perfect gear. We just want her usable. We want to end with her being like, you know, pretty usable. So miss there, come back in. Defense kind of blast, strike, HP, dev. Oh, whoa. Oh my god. Especially if I get the boundary 1, which is like, it's more, wow, that's really good. Okay, I'm gonna keep that one. Crit rate, I'm gonna keep this one as, I mean, that's pretty good subs. Ult charge, attack percent, crit damage, and the crit rate. Why not? Ult charge. Wow, that second piece was really good. Let me check something. I wonder if it lists her ult charge as like a necessary crit damage ailment. Oh, it doesn't even consider her ult charge as like a necessary boost up. I guess the boundary one does help with it. That's like a crazy piece, no? Where is it? Yeah, this looks so good. I'm gonna keep that one on her for now. That one seems the best by far. And we got ult charge there, attack percent here, crit rate. She's getting 30. Remember, she's getting 30% crit rate from her weapon, I believe. Yeah, 30% crit rate, 15 seconds. So each time, so if you want to switch in, she gains one stack, which she switches in. She switches in a ton. So you can see right here that she doesn't have any crit rate. So she technically has 35% crit rate. All right. And then if we get her boundary one, she'll have, you know, up and up and up. So let's just go back here. Stamp conversion. We'll just keep going. Remember that I do consider around 65 to 80% crit rate to be sort of necessary for these characters, because I do plan. I mean, I got her so early. I do sort of plan to go back in and pull for more. I am keeping that number in my head, but if you're trying to build your soy fawn, I go with a crit rate piece too. I might still go with a crit rate piece too. I'm just putting the best piece of gear that we have so far on her, right? I'm just using that one because it is our best one. So we got a bunch more crit damages. Okay, attack, defense. None of these are good. They should definitely add like a press all button to this thing, by the way, so you have to click it. Unless I'm just missing that feature. Attack percent? No. No. Give me a crit rate for now, honestly. Oh, you don't want to give me nothing, huh? Attack percent, crit rate, ailment damage bonus. I will save that. It's not too bad. We go softer on the ailment damage bonus. It's hard to know because I don't know quite how much damage she's doing with each thing, right? She could be doing most of her damage in ailment, or she could be doing most of her damage in strike. It's sort of hard to tell because I haven't really got a hands-on, but we're going to sort of just save a bit of everything generally, so we have like a good source of pump for her. So next batch, the elusive first slot piece, dude. Anyone else feel like the first slot fucks you over the most? Ooh, we're gonna keep that piece. Ult charge, crit rate, ailment damage, attack percent. Not too bad. If we dodge the HP there, it's a nice like early free to play set. Not very good. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the piece. That's the piece right there. It doesn't really matter what it hits. It hit everything. That's the one. Little bit of everything. We could probably stop rolling for slot 2, slot 3. Okay, that's a little bit of everything we wanted to see. So that is why we hit that reroll button, man. Give me that. Yeah, that's a crazy piece. That is an absurd piece. So again, we're probably looking for like maybe like a crit rate, crit damage piece here. I do think this is the best one we've gotten, so we're gonna go with that. And right here, what do we have? Strike, ailment, not bad. We want a crit rate because we are sort of missing that formula for us. So the two best options are probably, yeah, they're essentially this or this. I would love a crit rate, crit damage piece. So let's we're gonna refine our searches. We're just gonna start re-rolling into slot 1. Oh wait, no, you can't even pick here. All right. So we just gotta keep going. We just gotta keep going. So here we have another batch. Again, we're really just looking for slot 1s. I mean, that's not a terrible piece. We'll take a look at these just because why not? If we had a crit rate 2, it'd be nice. And we'll just take a look here just in case these are crazy. None of them particularly crazy. We do have material. Oh wait, where is? Oh yeah, here it is. Advanced, her, crit 1, or intermediate. Yeah, let's go here. Let's grab 18 of these. So thrust, slash, strike crit rate, flat attack. Flat attack kills that piece. We're not going with any of those. But we at least have the materials now, so we can convert those. Oh man. I'll just come back. So we got our boost here. We'll probably do, let's do 2 more after this one. We'll do 2 more after this one, and then we'll just settle with our gear. That way it's not like, oh, you have, you know, long time, you know, I'm a long time player at this point. You know, we're almost 6 months into the game. So I have a ton of, you know, these like shards lying around. So after this, we'll just be like, all right, we'll just see how she ends up. We did get quite lucky on our gearing, honestly. Strike damage so close. Strike damage crit rate would have been so nice. It's not a bad piece though at all. Oh, if this said strike, if it said strike or attack, what a piece to just go away. We'll just take a look at these because there's no reason not to. Okay. Oh, it's so sad. I'll let the rest of these play out with me, like just talking over them. But yeah, not a bad crafting session if we're honest. I mean, if nothing else, we did lock in what I think are going to be our 2 prized picks for the character. But that slot 1 is always so tricky because you're really just looking for this right here, and it makes it tough. Because comparatively, she has 3 she could get from her slot 3. And she has literally 2 from her slot 2, and I mean essentially 2 from her slot 1. So it's just so sad. We're looking through these because if we get a sort of like a mirrored piece of the same one we got earlier, we might end up using it. I'm gonna grab this one because it's all good stats, and if later down the line it ends up being the case that we want to go for like an ult charge 3rd piece, like maybe people math out that that's the best option, then we can just, you know, spin back and use that piece instead. The last little bit here, let's just finish up. We got quite a few ones. Oh my god, dude, you're fucking me. You are fucking me over. Please, just the strike here. Strike or attack there is crazy. Slash. Ah, heartbreaking. Ooh, I kind of like that. Just for now. I might want to use that piece for now until we get dupe 1 in her. The crit damage piece might be for when we get dupe 2, if that makes sense. So we might return to that. This will be the last batch, and then we'll just make a Soifon out of the pieces that we have. She does, like I said, have 30% crit built into her kit, so we don't need an obscene amount of crit rate on our gear. We just need, you know, enough. So last bit here. HP, defense, thrust, damage, defense. Yeah, so we didn't hit. And crit rate, that's a terrible piece. Terrible piece. Let me see this attack percent. This would be okay if this 4th piece was good enough, but, or if the 4th slot was good enough, but it's not. Again, it would be okay if it was good enough. I want to go more. I want to go more. 1 more. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. This is our actual last one. Last one, we'll gear, and then we'll end the video. That way we're not just here watching me click buttons for, you know, 10 years. I'll probably farm the rest off screen, but this is just a little crafting session to see what I'm prioritizing. Defensive, spirit, slash, no. I guess that's the end. Attack percent? No. Crit damage, crit rate, attack percent? We'll take that just in case we end up getting unlucky on our other piece. And that'll be it. So let's actually raise those pieces. Let's go see what we get. So what are we gonna do for this first spot? Strike damage, ailment, attack, crit rate. At least this one does have crit rate. This one also has crit rate, so these are exactly the same essentially. Yeah, we'll just see how these roll. If these roll like into HP or into defense, we'll swap to the other one. This would be our last resort. So let's go with this one. So there we are. She's got her 3 pieces. For now, until I get this unlocked, I've been using increased ailment damage by 60%. When equipped by attack character, increase crit damage by 60%, by the way. So that's what we're on. 26,000. 12% crit rate without raising, some crit damage, and a little bit of ailment damage. Let's just raise them from left to right. So if this hits defense, I'll go to the other one. If both hit their bad stat, I'll just start like raising them. Okay, we dodge the defense. Did we get here? We dodge the defense again. It's so good. One more. We dodged the defense again. That's great. That is great. We'll probably keep this at 25%. This isn't like a or 25. This isn't a crazy piece of gear, but it is enough for now. I could definitely see myself just using this one. So let's see how it rolls first. Hit the ult charge. That feels good. Ailment damage is nice. Can I get a little crit rate? Ult charge again. That's fine. I think... Or not crit damage. I meant crit damage, not crit rate. That's not too bad. Okay. Again, we could do this crit rate one. See if we dodge the defense really quickly. Let's just see if we dodge the defense really fast. There it is immediately. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to leave it there. Let me also... Where'd that piece go? Unlock it. Yeah. So sad. This piece is just great. It doesn't really matter what it hits. We're gonna plus 30 this one. It's just good piece. Hit the attack percent. I would like a little bit of crit rate. Ult charge, not bad. Crit rate, thank you. And we'll just bop this one up. Basic attack damage increase. I mean, fine. Hit all of those and pump that up. 80%, 11% crit rate, 50% crit damage. Let's take a look. Back out, we go up to 32,000. Pretty good. 24% crit rate, but it's actually 54% crit rate because of her passive. 118% ailment, crit damage here. I do like her right here. I do like this piece. No crit damage on, or crit rate on its head. Let's try this one. Let's try, because you know it has crit rate. If we dodge the defense, crit rate, ult charge, one more, crit rate. Ooh, okay. 11% crit rate. So I have no crit rate on this one. If I add 11% to this, 35%, 60%, 65% crit rate. That's just the piece, right? That's the piece. Yeah, we're just using that. I'm gonna do this because really say technical or ultimate all type. That's so good. Okay, yeah. This is just the piece. I don't want to do any more crafting. Because here's the thing. If I settle now, right? I just settle here. I get a crit damage main stat. I get crit damage on the substat. I get a 3 crit rate, right? Then what this means is I can stop farming Soifon. I'll just equip her here. That means I can stop farming her. And start focusing on a character like Yoruichi, who definitely does need the like gear upgrades, right? But most importantly, it just means that like it restricts my farm quite a bit. So the last thing we'll do is we're just gonna try to get a better version of these pieces right here. Crit rate, crit damage. Okay, what's our overall ailment at right now? 99% is not that bad. So 69.5% when our passive is up for the ultimate. And she's switching in all the time. She's switching in real fast. That's really good. 144%. That's not bad at all. So with that in mind, do we have any more crit rate pieces? We got this one. I mean, it's essentially the same piece. Let's try this one really quickly. This will be our last like go ahead. Oh, so good. Whoa. That's good. That's good. That's actually good. That's actually good. Let's swap over to that. I don't know if I want to plus 30 this yet. I might wait on that, honestly. 43%, 73%. We get the boundary. He goes up to, or she goes up to 88%, which is more than enough crit rate. More than enough crit rate. That looks really good. And after we actually get into her stamp, and can I check what her stamp does? Yeah, that'll raise her when her ultimate lands a critical hit, it'll be trigger sting. Yeah, that's more than enough. It's more than enough. That's a good crafting session, I would say. We are completely out of money. As it goes in crafting, we're completely out of money. We spent about 1 million con. We spent 933 imaginary fragments. We spent however many in rerolls. And we've ended up with a 33,700. They should be like 38,000 when we get her core stamp online. Core stamp matters a lot. Just really quickly, 36,986 Eisen. If I were to give him a worse core stamp like this, whoops. Actually, if we go down to 33,000, right? So core stamp matters a lot in power. So don't look at her power as like a gauge of like what she's capable of. 33,000 pre-core stamp. I actually think her stats are crazy good. I think her stats are crazy good. Maybe I'm crazy though. Maybe I'm capping. But yeah, I like her stats a lot. We'll still be sort of tinkering with a piece 1. I wouldn't mind a better piece 1. I wouldn't mind it. But for now, I think we're Gucci. I think we're Gucci. I don't wanna push too much more unless we have to. I'm just comparing these. No, I mean it's just this piece. This piece is just better. How much ult rate charge do we have as well? 133, like 33% in total. All right, that's good. That's good. 73% crit on our Silly Fawn. That's a successful crafting session. Took us about 27 minutes or something like that. And I think we're good. I think we're out of here. So, hey, if you enjoyed crafting along, I'll just one more time just go over the pieces. I'll just really quickly. If you enjoyed crafting along, I'm just gonna spin through the pieces really quickly. You know, give me a like. We're a free-to-play focus channel, B0 to B2 channel. I say that all the time. I think B2 is the maximum a free-to-play can expect to get on any given banner. Counting for luck or saving, you know, skipping one banner. If you skip one banner, you can probably get to B2, right? On average, you can probably get a B2 character. So we are a B0 to B2 channel. Focused on free-to-plays. If you're new here, if you're interested in getting in on the anniversary stuff, what have you, I've been Lone. Like, if you like the video, subscribe to the club. We all go make it, and peace.